Hello and welcome to another Lincoln property blog, brought to you by Ben from Walters of Lincolnshire. This week we look at the 13,424 Lincoln homeowners that have been let down, where they listed their homes for sale but they never sold, with overpricing being the main culprit. If you have ever thought about selling your Lincoln home, chances are you have been tempted to push the asking price a little higher than advised. After all, it's your biggest tax-free asset. A few extra thousand on the asking price of your Lincoln home sounds like a smart move, doesn't it? But here's the rub. In property, chasing too much can often mean getting nothing at all. Since the start of 2020, over 13,424 homes listed for sale in Lincoln were withdrawn from the market unsold. And while some may blame timing or market conditions, in many cases the underlying problem is much simpler. The asking price was too high from the outset. Let us explore how this has unfolded, why it's happening, and most importantly, what you can do as a Lincoln homeowner to avoid falling into the same trap. Let's look at the temptation to overprice and why it backfires. When estate agents come round to pitch for your business, it's not uncommon to hear different figures. One might suggest £285,000, another £300,000. Then someone walks in and says £325,000. No hesitation, no caveats. It's flattering, it's exciting, and it's often a trap. Some agents know exactly what figure will win your instruction, even if it has little grounding in what the market will pay. They don't need to sell the home straight away, they just need it on the books. Once it's listed onto the market, often tying in the homeowner to a sole agency contract for 20 or even 26 weeks, they can work on reducing the price over time. Meanwhile, your ideal buyer may have dismissed it from the get-go as overpriced. And the Lincoln numbers don't lie. Let's look at the hard data for the LN1 to LN6 postcode areas. Of the homes that left Lincoln estate agents' books, what percentage of them withdrew from the market without selling? In 2020, of the 5,800 Lincoln homes that came off agents' books, 3,469 of them sold and exchanged contracts, i.e. the homeowners moved, and the remaining 2,331 of them didn't sell, so 40.2% failed to move home. In 2021, of the 6,666 Lincoln homes that came off agents' books, 4,633 of them sold and exchanged contracts, and the remaining 2,033 of them didn't sell, so 30.5% failed to move home. In 2022, of the 5,987 Lincoln homes that came off agents' books, 3,995 of them sold and exchanged contracts, and the remaining 1,992 of them didn't sell. Again, 33.3% failed to move home. In 2023, of the 5,682 Lincoln homes that came off agents' books, 2,914 of them sold and exchanged contracts, and the remaining 2,768 of them didn't sell. An amazing 48.7% failed to move home. In 2024, of the 6,241 Lincoln homes that came off agents' books, 3,134 of them sold and exchanged contracts, and the remaining 3,107 of them didn't sell, meaning that a huge 49.8% failed to move home. Now in 2025 year to date, of the 2,628 Lincoln homes that have come off agents' books, 1,435 of them sold and exchanged contracts, and the remaining 1,193 of them didn't sell. Already this year, 45.4% failed to move home. In total, that's 13,424 homes in Lincoln since January 2020 that came to market yet never sold. Most of those were overvalued and withdrawn in frustration. Nearly all were likely overpriced in comparison to what buyers were willing to pay at the time. This is not a coincidence, it's a pattern. There are real consequences of overvaluing. Overpricing doesn't just delay a sale, it can wreck it completely. Lincoln properties that sit on the market too long become stale. Buyers start asking questions. Why hasn't it sold? What's wrong with it? Are there problems with the neighbours? Is there a structural issue? Even when the price is eventually reduced to a realistic level, the damage is done. It now competes with fresher listings that appear more desirable, even if yours is the better home. And here's the painful truth. In many cases, many Lincoln homes that were originally overpriced end up selling for less than if they had been marketed correctly in the first place. Let's say you do get a buyer eventually for your Lincoln home, after dropping your asking price after 3 or 4 months. Did you know that how long it takes to find a buyer can directly affect your chances of moving home? According to independent data from Denton House Research and 20EA, homes that go under offer, i.e. sale agreed, within 25 days of coming onto the market have a 94% success rate of subsequently exchanging contracts and completing. Homes that sit on the market for over 100 days before agreeing a sale, the success rate of that sale, agreed homes subsequently getting to exchange, and completion drops to 56%. If that doesn't scream, price it right from the start, I don't know what does. So, why do some Lincoln estate agents still overvalue? If overvaluing causes so many issues, why do some agents keep doing it? Simple: pressure. Some corporate and larger estate agencies measure success not by what they sell, but by how many homes they put onto the market. There are even some estate agency models where staff are bonused just for signing someone up to list their home for sale, regardless of the outcome. When that's the goal, accuracy takes a back seat. Telling sellers what they want to hear becomes more profitable to their commission check than telling them the truth. This listing at all costs culture has created a false economy. Homes get listed high, then chipped down over months, often ending in failure. Meanwhile, the agent has fulfilled their quota, and the homeowner is left disappointed. So what are my 4 ways to avoid the overpricing trap? 1. Get more than one opinion. Don't rely on a single valuation. Invite 2 or 3 Lincoln agents round, and if one quote seems suspiciously high, ask for evidence. Ask what percentage of the homes they list do the homeowners subsequently move home, i.e. sell, exchange and complete. 2. Do your homework. Look at what Lincoln homes similar to yours have sold for recently, not what they are listed at now. Portals like Rightmove, Zoopla, and On the Market let you check sold subject to contract properties. Over the past 2 years, the average sale price agreed has consistently ranged between 98.7% and 99.1% of the asking price at the time the offer was accepted, not the original asking price. This highlights how realistic pricing draws in committed buyers. 3. Understand Lincoln market trends. Prices rose rapidly in 2021 and early 2022, but we're not in that climate anymore. Don't base your expectations on a market that no longer exists. If you're considering selling, take a moment to check the property portals for homes like yours in your area. Compare how many are currently for sale versus how many are marked as sold subject to contract, as this ratio reveals the market's direction. If over 40% are sold STC, it's a seller's market. If it drops below 30%, buyers hold the upper hand. Also, follow my Lincoln property blog for weekly updates on our local property market. 4. Choose a Lincoln estate agent with integrity. A good estate agent will back up their valuation with evidence. They will explain their reasoning and focus on the end result, a completed sale, not just listing the property. Also, be aware of agents that sign you up for long sole agency agreements of 20 and even 26 weeks. At Walters, we have a 0 sole agency agreement time length. If we fail to live up to our promises or commitments, you are free to leave at any time. This ensures we are a motivated agent, and as we only list 20 properties per month, you don't just become another number. Don't fall for the fantasy asking price of your Lincoln home. Overvaluing may feel like a harmless gamble. It's not. It's the quickest way to burn time, lose buyers, and even end up with less than if you'd priced realistically from the start. The Lincoln property market has spoken. Thousands of homes have failed to sell in the last 5 years, not because of lack of demand, but because they were priced out of it. This isn't about doom-mongering, it's about telling the truth, so Lincoln home sellers have a fighting chance of success. Whether you're upsizing, downsizing, or relocating entirely, make sure you get the advice you need, not just the advice you want to hear. You only get one chance to make a first impression in the property market. Price it right, and you attract serious buyers quickly. Get it wrong, and your property can linger, lose appeal, and eventually fall by the wayside. 13,424 Lincoln homeowners have experienced that frustration since 2020. Don't become the next statistic. If you're thinking about moving and want an honest, evidence-backed opinion on your Lincoln home's value, with no fluff, no pressure, and no nonsense, I'd be delighted to help. As stated earlier, to ensure all our clients get the absolute best experience and a total marketing strategy as unique as their homes, we only list 20 properties per month. Our July and August market appraisal slots are now available to book. We ensure that you are always a name and not just a number, with Walters. For more insights and information, visit the Lincoln Property blog, brought to you by Ben from Walters of Lincolnshire, at www.walters-property.com/blogs. Until next time, take care.